Welcome to another tutorial for complete course in calculus. So let's see this example, which says for a function f of x equal to 2 times the absolute value of x minus 3 over x minus 3, find the interval where f is discontinuous, or find the interval where this function is continuous. Just by looking, you can see that the domain of this function is defined for all x except when the denominator is 0, which is 3. So that is the candidate for discontinuity point. So because this function is defined at 3, so I can say now x is this function f is discontinuous at x equal to 3, discontinuous at x equal to 3. That is the only point where this function will be undefined. Other than that, the limit and the value becomes the same, so which means it's continuous everywhere except at 3. Now the question is, will that x equal to 3 be removable discontinuity or non-removable? So for that, what you have to do is find the limit. If the limit exists, always keep in mind, if the limit exists, in a sense, right hand limit, left hand limit, both are real number and the same, then even if the function is not defined, you can redefine a new function so that the limit will be equal to, the value of the function will be equal to whatever the limit is. Okay, let's see. In this case, if I find what the limit of f of x approach to 3 from the right side, one-sided limit. Let's find the one-sided limit. So this is equal to the limit of 2 times absolute value of x minus 3 over x minus 3 as x approach to 3 from the right. Now, I am approaching 3 from the right side. From the right side means what? The value of x is bigger than 3, like 3.000001, right? So this means the absolute value, look at this expression here, absolute value of x minus 3, because x is bigger than 3, 3.0001 minus 3, it's a positive number. So which means that will limit, we don't really need the absolute value because x is bigger than 3, so x minus 3 is a positive number. X approach to 3 from the right. So now this cancels out. So that will leave me limit of 2 as x approach to 3 from the right. Limit of a constant is the constant itself. So the limit of 2 as x approach to 3 from the right. This is independent of x. So that's why the limit of a constant is the constant itself. Very good. So right hand limit exists, which is 2. Let's find the left hand limit. So similarly, limit of f of x approach to 3 from the left equal to the limit of 2 times the absolute value of x minus 3 over x minus 3, 6 approach to 3 from the left. So now keep in mind, I am approaching 3 from the left, so which is 2.999, something like that. So if x is less than 3, x minus 3 is what? It's a negative number. So if it is a negative number, the absolute value of a negative number, remember, absolute value of x is what? It will be itself if x is greater than or equal to 0. And it will be minus x if x is less than 0. Why do I need a minus? Because the number is negative. I will multiply it by minus so that it will be positive. So hope that explains. So I will have minus 2 times x minus 3. The minus is because of the absolute value, x minus 3, x approach to 3 from the left. So this will be limit of the x minus 3 cancels out, minus 2, x approach to 3 from the left. So this is again limit of a constant. It's a constant. So now left hand limit also exists, which is negative 2. Now since right hand limit at 3 and left hand limit at 3 are not the same, our conclusion is limit of f of x approach to 3 does not exist because it's not a unique number. So if the limit does not exist, as I said before, it cannot be removed. So x equal to 3 is non-removable. Non-removable discontinuity. Very good. Let's see the next example. So the next example is a one-sided limit. It says, find the limit of the rational expression x squared over x squared plus 4 as x approach to 2 from the left. In this case, of course, this rational expression is defined everywhere. The domain is all real numbers. It's defined everywhere. Negative infinity to infinity, because x squared plus 4 is the sum of two positive numbers. It will never be 0. So even if it's one-sided limit, the limit becomes what? The value. So I would say 2 square over 2 square plus 4. So which is 4 over 4 plus 4. So 4 over 8. So the answer is what? 1/2. That will be the one-sided limit. Let's say a similar example. Now in this case, we have same rational expression or rational function. It says what is the limit of 6x squared plus x minus 1 divided by 4x squared minus 6x minus 4 as x approaches to negative half from the right side. So negative half from the right side. So what you need to do is you need to factor, if possible, of course, if the numerator and denominator can be factored, factor them and see if you have any common factor. So how do you factor 6x squared plus x minus 1? It will be 3x minus 1, and then it will be 2x so it will be 3x minus 1 and 2x plus 1. Let's check it if it is correct. So 3x times 2x is 6x squared, which is good. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1, which is good. 3x times 1 is 3x. So I do have minus 1 times 2x, which is minus 2x. So that is perfect. So divided by, now I have 4x squared minus 6x minus 4. So first what you can do is you can factor 2, because you see that 2 is a common factor. So it will be 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 as x approaches to negative half from the right side. So that will give me limit of 3x minus 1 times 2x plus 1 divided by 2 times. Now let's factor this guy. So 2x squared minus 3x minus 2, when you factor, it should be 2x plus 1 times x minus 2. So again, we'll check it, negative half from the right side. So now if you check 2x times x is 2x squared, which is perfect. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2, which is perfect. 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x. 1 times x is 1x. Negative 4x plus x is what? Negative 3x. That's perfect. Now, you see here, these 2x plus 1 cancels out. So what do I have now? Remember, it has nothing to do with limit. We are simplifying expressions. Why I was able to cancel 2x plus 1 with x plus 1? Because it says x is sufficiently close to negative half from the right, but not negative half. So 2 times x minus 2, x approaches to negative half from the right. Now, because the 0 of the denominator here is 2, but we are approaching negative half, so the limit becomes the value now. 3 times negative half minus 1 divided by 2 times negative half minus 2. So if you want to simplify this expression, you multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2, just to get rid of the denominator. So that will leave you negative 3 minus 2 divided by negative 2 minus 4. So what I did is basically just distribute here. The 2 cancels out. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. 2 times here, when you multiply them, the 2 cancels out. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. So this is negative 5 over negative 6. Negatives cancels out. So the answer will be what? 5 over 6. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.